Yingling's fine. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome
Okay,
to the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center in Laurel, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. We are bringing you live Northern Rock Party facing off against Team Byko in our C event semifinal. I am your host, Michael Dobbs, and joining me is fellow commentator and a special treat for you, coordinator of this event for the year, the inaugural Bonspiel, Rob Chester. Hi, Rob.
Hey, good evening, Michael, and congratulations on making the B event finals.
Woo! I was very happy about that.
Yeah, it's good to see you making it. So we got a team from Alaska playing a local team here from Potomac, and both teams are 2-1 so far in this Bonspiel, and they're playing for the right to represent one half of the
Brian, any roll you can.
At 10:30.
Okay,
nice.
No worries. That's fine.
So we're picking up midway through the first period. First ends here.
Come here again.
A little bit of technical difficulty here. We're sorry about that, but we're just going to be starting Vice Rocks, it looks like.
Indeed, that is what it is.
Yep. Yes. Sweep. Hard, guys,
And
hard.
as I believe is second Colton Seal. Hopefully I'm right.
Wait, roll. Stick with normal.
This is Vice Brian Derenheim, his first rock. Looks like Byko's calling for the hit.
Yep. Whoa.
Line looks pretty
Clean.
good. Line looks really good.
Whoa. Yeah.
A little bit of a roll.
Hard.
And a
Nice,
perfect
good
roll
shot.
behind cover.
Good job,
Maybe
y'all.
a quarter exposed at most.
Cider? Sure, cider. Cider.
Let's come here, Barb.
Barb's first rock looks like it's a draw, maybe possibly a freeze. Rocks away. Delivery looks pretty good. Weight
Yep.
might be a touch under.
Hard, guys, hard.
Supers are on it.
Sorry, got on that one late.
It looks like it's going to come up and be just short of the house. Looks like a 2-guard.
Try and bring another one in. I don't mind if we're a little short.
It looks like Dave's calling just a draw. Probably hoping to be around cover. Want to welcome all our friends that are watching from Alaska. It's kind of a treat to have a team from Alaska come down to Potomac and play in a Bonspiel. Might be the first time, right, Michael?
Stay close.
Might be. I
Line's
certainly
okay.
can't remember any
Close
Alaska
line.
teams coming down before.
I definitely would say that they had the
Well-
farthest distance to travel.
Absolutely. Seeing as my distance was about 20 miles.
This is true.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm sure they enjoyed not seeing any monuments while our government shut down.
Oh.
Hope they had some friends and family to visit.
Yeah, completely.
I certainly hope so. And I know we did enjoy some furloughed curling here.
Yes,
at
I
the
have
Curling
been
Club.
partaking in furlough curling, and it's kept me out of trouble, actually, the last few, almost now 2 weeks. I won't lie, I'm kind of bored and looking forward to going back to work at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah, well, I want to get paid. Barb's second shot's on the way here now, and it looks like it's also a draw, maybe possibly playing down to the yellow.
Guys.
They've got a lot of room. She might have been a little bit wide.
Wait only.
It's just not coming back. Starting to move in now.
Yep, all the way hard, guys, all the way hard.
It's going to be into the 12-foot. Just
I
biting.
just want to block that line.
It looks like we got yellow just sitting one right now. Or two. They got two, right? They
I
got
like
one
the same
back
ice.
there. They're sitting two.
Up there.
Okay.
Up there.
I think Dave probably just wants to protect it.
Yep. I'll make sure Vince got a split. Or, well, you know what I mean. It's
I'm
something-
not quite sure I do, Mr. Bykowski. Anyway, it
Just
looks
block
like
that line.
they're going to try and block
did
the
you
line.
get a split on Brian's?
So unfortunately, we weren't broadcasting the last
Okay.
game, and we had a
No
game
worries.
in which Team Murray got down 8-1,
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
and
I couldn't believe
ended
it.
up coming back and scoring 3 to make it 8-6 after 7, and then stole 3 for the win in the 8th end.
Absolutely.
And that
ridiculous.
was our A event semifinal. Our other A event semifinal that was on sheet C actually went to a 9th end, where Funkatron 1250 pulled what I'd call probably an upset over Team Ashford.
They both certainly played well.
Those two games were probably the two best games of the tournament
Wow, that
so
really
far.
dug in.
Absolutely.
And
Jeez.
the warm room was erupting in all sorts of cheers
Yeah, I would say
and
that
hoots
really
and
dug
hollers,
in over
and
here.
It
Not
was
the first
quite
I've
fun
seen
to
that.
watch. So Dave put a guard up there, but it doesn't do a whole lot.
That does absolutely buff
And
I gave it a little extra on the release because I
it
felt
looks like
slow.
the Northern Rock Party's got a few options here. They have a promote capability on the guard, although they're probably going to have to run it back about 7 to maybe 8 feet.
Certainly just the way it's
They can potentially try a draw, but I don't know if it's there.
I think it's there.
And they could always maybe
get a little,
wick
get
off
a little
of their,
angle rub there and just
get a little bit of a rub on their red to cut in more and maybe sit shot buried.
And I think if I were in this situation and I had 2 rocks left, you skip, I would throw the draw.
Yeah, I
It's your
agree.
first end, find the weight, get a practice rock in. Yeah, you're drawing against 2 right now, but get your practice.
And a 7 or 8 foot promote's a very difficult shot, and you really don't want to do it unless you have to. You know,
Agreed.
if the draw's a little heavy and he gets a little wick off of that outside biter, it might end up being a really good shot. There is definitely the port to get through, but it's going to be tight, so we'll see how it works. The stone's on its way. Delivery looks pretty clean. Line looks okay. The sweepers are on it right away.
It's a little
Yeah,
heavy and
no.
narrow. Might be going for
Well,
the
it's got
takeout.
past the card. And
Yeah.
we got a hit.
Hit and roll behind
roll.
cover. It's not shot rock.
No, but it cuts it down.
Absolutely.
And it leaves the draw open.
I like the draw.
You know, and Dave could play the draw, and Dave could also be a little passive here and maybe
No,
just
I
try to
don't think
plug
so.
that up
Yeah.
and force them
Yeah.
to play the run back.
He certainly wouldn't mind just covering his
Yeah.
own rocks
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
steal
that's
one.
fine.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Well, he's
But
got
that's fine
his
too,
shot
yeah.
rock
Just
covered.
anything
I mean,
sitting one,
there's
too.
no way to get
Yeah,
to
about
it.
there.
And it looks like he's calling the draw. So he's going to be a little aggressive here and try to draw in and maybe sit 2 behind cover. First end, I kind of like the idea.
Absolutely.
Put another one in there. Just get a
How many viewers we got
Get a
going
piece
on?
of top
We
eight.
have 20 viewers
20
live right
viewers. All right. And if you do have questions,
nice
you
with
can
berries.
feel free to ask them, and we will do our best to answer them.
now. There is a comment box right
Yep.
below this, actually to the side of your feed on your computer monitor.
lot of junk here. Lots.
You know,
of,
one thing I'm noticing, Rob, is
Lots of junk. From
curling sweaters in Ice Graphic
No, that's what's
is
going on.
very clear right now.
Is it? Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
And if those of you from Alaska, we would actually love for you to follow the Curling Sweater, which is at Curling Sweater. We have a club member here named Joe Rockenbach, who also goes by the name of Tony. He wears a curling sweater that's, well, how do I put this, Michael? Hideous. And
it's dated.
It's definitely dated. Was probably knitted in the 1960s. It's very brittle and kind of, again, hideous. And what another club member has done is created a Twitter handle and taken Photoshop images of said sweater and put them on all sorts of stuff. So if you have not yet followed the Curling Sweater, we strongly recommend it.
Sit there, Rock.
Dave's draw is on the way, and it's still going. And it looks like it's going to be deep and possibly...
Okay.
It is second rock.
It hangs around just
it's
enough.
a second rock, and that gives the Northern Rock Party the opportunity to draw. But if they're heavy, they can actually play to that back rock and still just cut them down to one.
Cut them down to one. I don't think if you sit on that rock, you wind up in shot position.
No, not at all. But the backing is nice because if they are just a little heavy, the damage can be mitigated by simply hitting it out and getting one, and giving up one.
And given that ice, I think they're playing to draw down to that rock. If they wind up a little light,
absolutely
fine.
You just take the sweepers off it. I'm hoping the Curling Sweater is growing by leaps and bounds today. And then we can branch out and have a cult curling sweater following in Alaska.
Delivering the hammer, Dan Bogan. It's wide enough.
I don't know if it's going to come back.
Ew.
Looks like he's going to hit his rock.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do a whole lot of... Well...
It's close. I don't think it cuts them down any.
I don't either. It is close.
Not what we wanted to do.
Team Byko definitely has one. The question is there the two? They seem to have kicked it away, and my guess is it's a two.
Well, we will find out shortly.
There's going to be some challenges.
In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at our teams today. Throwing the Red Rocks, our Northern Rock Party, featuring Dave Dockin as the lead, Colton Seal as the second, Barbara Harmon as the vice, and Dan Bogan as the skip. They are throwing Red Rocks. Throwing the Yellow Rocks, we have Haley Tamborello as the lead, Vince Saratello as the second, Brian Darenheim as vice, and skipping the team, Dave Bykowski.
Dave Bykowski was recently on a game show.
Yes, he was.
If any of you have heard of the game show called The Chase, Dave Bykowski was recently a participant on The Chase.
Center guard.
I believe his episode aired just a little over a month or so ago.
And we can confirm that it was 2 points for Team Bykowski. They now lead 2-0 after the first end.
So steal a 2 for the first end. That's setting up very nice for Team Byko. He's got to be pretty pleased with that.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's calling a center guard, but it looks like Haley was a little bit inside. Her weight's okay. Oh, maybe just a little light. They're sweeping it hard.
That'll be a decent rock. It'll be in play.
Yeah, It'll definitely cross the hog line. More of a corner guard.
Good sweep, y'all.
About a 2 guard when it's all said and done.
Right at the doubles line.
And she was just a little narrow. Haley's just completed her first year curling. And this is actually her first Bonspiel.
I had not realized that.
Yeah, actually, Dave and Vince.
Flying slider.
Yeah,
A little heavy, and it looks like it's probably through.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave, Vince, they reached out to Haley on Thursday because I guess their original lead couldn't play. And Haley, her first Bonspiel was actually going to be with me up in Rochester in a couple weeks.
Very nice.
But she ended up playing this one, so I'm happy for her, and she was thrilled. And she's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time.
Absolutely.
So the guard's called again,
good.
and the line is very good this time. Supers are on it, just making sure it's clean, and
Yeah.
they're digging hard, but the weight looks really good for a 2 guard, maybe even a 3 guard.
We'll see where the sweepers want to put it.
All right, close as you can.
Yeah. It's a
Bring
2
close.
guard just off center. Didn't come in as much as I thought it would. That's a really good guard.
Nice job,
It's
y'all.
about a 3. It's all said and done, about a 3.
Do that again, Dave,
Absolutely.
right here.
Great weight.
Two good rocks for Haley.
I forget, Brian. When do we play Michigan State this year? Oh, what? Long
Yes,
in
yes,
Poland?
yes, yes.
Second rock on the way for the lead for Team Alaska.
Looks a little light.
Little light. The line was okay, a
That's
little
okay,
bit
guys,
inside,
forget
but
Leave it. Leave it.
Ooh, it looks way late.
yeah, it looks like it's not going to get there. So we got a hog.
That's all right. I do believe that this is Dave's second week curling.
Yes, Dave actually came to an open house that we opened, had on the 5th of October, and then I believe he was
let's
at the
put one
Learner
in.
Curl on the
Saw that
6th.
last one.
I believe he's a friend of
Top
Team
4 is good.
Alaska. I believe he lives local. And so what they've done is they've rotated in leads for each of their games so far. So Dave's calling the draw here. Trying to draw behind cover. Probably looking for top 8. Vince is delivering the stone.
Yeah, line. Yeah, line.
A little bit inside. Shapers are on it pretty hard.
Yep, yep. Hurry.
It's going to be close.
I think it's going to
Whoa.
crash.
Whoa, whoa.
No.
Just snakes around.
And looking
Well,
like
it needed it for line 2, so.
back 12, wait.
Nice line there, Vince. Yeah.
In the house, behind cover.
Yeah,
A little deep,
Here.
but
it's in the house.
yep. Sometimes that's all you're looking for.
This is true.
Oh,
Give an
sorry.
update on Sheet D, the other semifinal of
I
the
think
C
that's about
event.
right. Yep.
We have a score of 6 in the first end.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Not sure. Let's see. It looks as though. Not sure who's playing on D. I believe that's
No,
Machino.
never.
Got 6 in the first over Single Barrel, which is from Pittsburgh. I don't know what's happened in. Well, they're in the second right now. Looks like.
Trying again.
Oh.
Yeah, top 8, top 4. Yeah.
All right, the draw again here for Vince.
Line's real good here. Right off then. Right off. We're by the guard easy.
Looks a little heavy.
Sit down. Sit down there, Rock.
Well, back 8. Wait.
Right down to their other rock.
Okay.
Yeah, just about. All
Come
right,
over
so it looks like
here.
Colton's going to have his second rock here.
He hit the line perfectly there. So that's.
And it also looks like they're playing the draw right down to the shot rock. So just follow that line. All right, rock's on its way.
Plenty of room.
It's got a lot of
That'll
room.
work.
Starting to work. And it's cutting. It is cutting.
Nope.
It is cutting. Will it cut enough? The weight's great.
I think it's right down
That
to it.
is an absolutely beautiful rock. That's almost a perfect freeze.
About what, 3 inches? Maybe 4?
Yeah, maybe.
Come right to it.
And it looks like Dave is telling Brian to do the exact same thing. I think they've figured out this
Yeah.
line. Seems like they figured out this line out. So we'll see if Brian can match what was an absolutely beautiful shot by Colton.
And if he does, he'll be on the button, which is not a bad spot to be.
Never a bad spot to be. Have we had any questions so far?
Yep, yep, yep.
Negative?
Hard.
Sweepers are on it. It's starting to cut again.
Yep. Yep.
Dave is calling.
All right. Well, just clean. Just clean. Just clean.
And Brian did just that. He brought it right to it.
Nice.
So Brian
Good
is
rock, good
sitting.
sweep.
Brian is now sitting shot rock. Looks like we got some broom shooters going on over there at the bar.
Hey, Barb, let's peel this one out.
Probably Team GA
Maybe throw, hack at it.
after their meltdown on the semifinals of the A event. All right, so Barbara is up, and she looks like to be playing the draw as well. Although he's giving her a little less ice, so I assume he wants her to come with a little bit of heavyweight.
Heat.
Yeah.
Hard.
It's starting to move, and it is moving a bunch. I believe it is definitely going to get a piece of the guard.
It is amazing how much our takeouts move right on the sheet today.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not exactly sure why.
Guard it
Neither am
up.
I. Perhaps you, our viewing audience, know why.
Well, I haven't had a chance to play since I threw some rocks Thursday night. I had to come to the club to do some stuff for the event, and I'm like, well, I'm here. I might as well throw some rocks. But I haven't had a chance to play since then. And but everybody said the ice has been very good.
Mine's a
So
little tight.
I'm going to believe what they say.
The ice
Okay,
is
then.
generally very good. It's been a little variable
Right, just let
during
it go.
this event. Friday night was amazing. Oh, my
The,
goodness.
Yep.
The monsoon that's been outside the last couple days has not helped matters.
Indeed.
So the guard was called. It looks like Brian was just a little bit heavy,
right to nose,
and
right to nose,
he's
right to nose.
essentially bringing it down
Right to
and
nose.
freezing on
All right.
his rock. So now Team Byko is sitting 2. The house is wide open. Barbara's in the hack, about to deliver her second rock. Options are a little bit limited. They can definitely kick one out.
Swept the 55 a lot more.
I don't know if they can get both.
Bring the weight up.
Well,
I think it's possible, but they would move their own rock,
I don't hate it.
and they'd have to throw a ton of weight. But
Yeah.
it's lined up for it.
It's a tough shot. I think at this point, probably the Northern Rock Party just wants to get rid of one and go from there.
Try for the 2, be happy with the 1.
Yep. Hard, guys, hard.
Oh,
Frozen camera there. Sorry about that.
No, that's inside.
Hard.
The release was a little inside, and it is cutting like we just said earlier. It's definitely getting a piece of the 1. All right. Well, 1 yellow is removed from play. Team Byko is still sitting shot. There is probably a 3 to 4 inch gap between the shot rock and the second
I like
counting
that. I like
rock.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Just not a bad shot at all. They needed to get rid of some rocks. They did that, and there leaves them a possibility to easily chip that out.
Definitely a nice rock to set up their skip.
Absolutely.
I just want to make
So
sure
that
we
he has
definitely don't
options
set up a
when he
double.
comes in.
So if we can get some
Absolutely.
separation, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I kind of like that.
I feel like that we know what the
So if you're playing in a final tomorrow, Michael, have you set a curfew for your team?
Well, I think we know.
Have you told them they can't? Have you told them they can't
Vince
drink?
does. We know that mine's going to be different.
Not drinking, not consuming beverages.
You are
So
concerned.
let's
You
go
are in
half
the second event finals. You don't want your team a little hungover the next morning.
Fortunately, the event is at 10:30.
Yep. Well, the
I think
Pipers will
we'll
be
have
here a
plenty of
little
time.
after 10, and we'll be piping people on. And we will be broadcasting the A event final on tomorrow morning at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time.
About halfway.
Fortunately, I think
Going
we can all
bump
sit
ours
back and relax
back
and enjoy
into
this
them.
game, and then go home and get a nice, at least 8 hours of
Well,
sleep.
8 hours of sleep.
At least. That is
8
a
hours.
requirement for
8
tonight.
hours.
Nobody got that last
I
night.
got home last night about 12:30. I called it a night, and then my dog kept me up until 2:30. She refused to go to bed, and I was not very happy. And I have a sneaking suspicion that tonight will be the same thing. Thankfully, I am furloughed, so I can recover during the week. Dave's first rock is on the way, and he's calling them on it. Dave looked to be a little inside from Brian's broom, and it's starting to take off. The weight is definitely in the house, and it's going to get a piece of his yellow. And he got a little bit of separation, and now Team Byko's sitting 2 again.
Not bad.
high one.
Not bad. Yeah, I definitely was tight on line. It looked like a lot of ice back there, but
Where
I
do we
just
want to roll?
Yes, Dave, you were a little tight on the line.
yeah. No, I'm not worried. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's
No,
go
I'm not
this
worried
way.
about that.
Let's go for the double. Yeah, why not go for
Yeah.
the double?
Oh, absolutely.
You need to hit it right here. More. Just a touch more. Not, yeah. You're right there.
All right, so it looks like Dan's going to be coming in the other way. And my guess is he's going to be coming with some good weight, and I think he's going to try for the double. It's there.
A double
Absolutely.
Looks like Vince has been
It's a tough shot. I don't
sweeping a lot. Looks like he just took off
really
his jacket.
don't mind leaving him that.
Not uncommon, especially with our warmer ice shed this year.
I absolutely love Barbara's hat, by the way. I just think it's
I'm
fantastic.
going to throw this up way to look. So
The golden fish.
Yes. I love it. It's fantastic. They've been a treat to have here at the club. They've been great people. I've enjoyed talking to them about all sorts of things. I've learned a ton about Alaska and the wildlife up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess each person can catch up to 25 or 35 salmon a year. And they said during the I don't know, whatever season, you can just go there with basically a net and catch them. It's pretty impressive. Rock's on the way. Got a lot of weight.
Oh, move over. Move over.
Gonna get a
Move over.
No, not getting a piece of it off. Hit the back two out.
Back double.
That wasn't
Not
the
what he
double we were
wanted.
looking for.
Just didn't come back.
Yeah, I feel like
I do
not
apologize,
a
folks.
point
We are
in the
having
guard,
some
really.
technical difficulties with our far house cameras. So you may notice some occasional jumps in the deliveries or frozen frames.
Especially-
We will
especially
try
if
and
it's
work
its
that
third
out
shot.
for our next Bonspiel.
Just
Our cameras are
barely
actually
top four.
Wi-Fi, and the ice house next door
we were going
apparently installed
about-
their own Wi-Fi
let's
network
see,
this
I
summer.
went
They did?
about
So
out
we're going to have to
there
do something
by
about
your
that.
last
But we
one.
will adapt and make sure that our
Maybe
next
more like
event,
here.
which is the GNCC Men's
that?
Club
Or do you want a little more?
Championship in early December,
Okay.
How much Cap 5 wire do you think you need to actually hardwire
Okay.
these things in?
probably about 350, 400 feet.
Oh, we should do that.
Absolutely.
That's not very
Not
expensive.
seeing a lot of point in a
Oh,
guard.
cost
so
is
just
never the issue.
fight
No,
top
do you have a
four.
crimper? Because I have a crimper somewhere.
Somewhere I have a crimper as well, but
All right.
it's getting up on the ladder on the ice. And ready to
Well, there's that. Ice is sometimes slippery, I hear. Yeah, I got a crimper somewhere.
All right,
Because you
we are
could-
set up for Bykowski's final rock of this end.
Run 4 of them into a hub and then run 1 wire back here.
Exactly right. He is delivering his rock.
Vince is cleaning. Weight looks okay. It's going to be a guard. Maybe comes in. Yeah, no, it is definitely coming in. Definitely coming in. Wow. Well, if he wanted a shot to the button, he got that.
Don't sit in the back. Come
Yep.
on.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Team Northern Rock Party is definitely going to have
Give
to
me
hit
less
that.
ice. I'll throw
And
it
if
that way
they,
just a little bit.
they're going to be hitting for 1. They're going to be hitting for 1. They could try the draw, but at this point, I would play the hit. The hit's easy. It's wide
Yeah,
open.
we just
Play,
have
play
to
the
hit
heavy
that one
draw.
on the nose.
Yep.
Make sure you get there.
Yep.
But you got plenty of backing.
Yeah,
You hit it on the nose and
absolutely.
sit.
Yep. Push it back just a little bit and get 1 and get out of the end.
70-75 would have been good.
2-1 after 1, not a bad spot to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What they don't want to do here is give up 3. Rock's on its way. Supers are close. Barbara's saying no.
No.
Now it's moving in. It's coming in. Weight is good.
Nice.
There it
shot.
is.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Red Northern Rock Party gets on the board, and it's now 2-1 after 2. Team Byko will now have the hammer. you know, that's about the best you could hope for there, and that's a good way just to get out of that end. That end was not setting up well for them at all, and the fact that they were able to get out without giving up any points is absolutely critical. And I know it's early. You can recover from giving up a couple of big ends, but that was a big shot.
Absolutely.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
They pay him infinitely more than they pay me.
And me, because once again, I am furloughed.
Yeah, you're shooting. Yeah, everybody's shooting well on your team. Yeah, good job.
I would have liked it if I'd left.
Working on my curling game. I've joined the Tuesday Furlough League the club now has.
2.5 feet higher.
Hey, it works.
I bet you were happy to see it come down there. I'm thinking, no, not in the back. Come on.
It didn't miss by much, though.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Dave is going to be first to throw rocks this end here in the third. And it looks like Dan is probably just calling
Dave,
a center
give
line
me
guard.
center line.
Yep, center line guard is the call. Delivery's good.
Line's pretty good.
Delivery's good, and the line does
Yep,
look
yep,
pretty
yep.
good.
All the way, guys.
Oops. It's a really good rock for somebody that just started curling the other day.
That's good.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Put one in.
Just off center.
Top house behind it.
And Dave's calling the draw with Haley.
Line's okay. Yeah, right off.
Looks like she's
Yeah, I
going to
think
be
so.
a little heavy. And Haley threw it through.
the house.
Right here, Dave.
All right, I missed the call there. What's he call? Another guard. Looks like another guard. Be really wide for a draw, so it's got to be a guard.
Why?
It's got a lot more weight on it, and I think it's got too much.
Yeah.
Yep, that is through the house again. Haley's up again. This is going to be her
Right
second
again.
rock. And it looks like Dave is also calling the draw once again. Supers are on this right away. This looks really light.
Yeah.
Really, really light. Worried about throwing it too heavy. It looks like Haley might just be too light. It's going to cross the hog line.
Good sweep.
It's
Good
going to
sweep,
be
guys.
a center guard. One guard.
Come here.
Dan once again is calling the draw. Colton's first shot now. Colton's rock's on the way.
Plenty of room.
And this too looks a little heavy. And I think it's going to be through as well. All right, Vince is now up for Team Byko.
Draw.
And once again, he's calling the draw.
Top 8, top 4.
Rock's on its way.
A lot of room.
Line looks pretty good.
Yep.
Dave calls him on it. Supers are sweeping it hard. It's coming back. It's coming back nice. That is an excellent rock.
There you go.
And
Nice
that's
shot.
to the 4-foot. Very nice shot, Dave.
Let's hit it.
Dan's calling the hit. And Colton's second rock is on the way.
Lots of room.
It's got to come back. It's a little light, so it's going to snap back. And not going to have takeout weight at all. But
Good sweep, guys.
it's going to be just short of the house, and it guards Vince's rock.
We can work with that.
So a little light there for Colton.
Is that?
Really want to put another one in. I think maybe over here.
Oh, is that why you threw the first one through the house?
If we're
And
close
then
on the guard, yeah.
Overcorrected on the second one.
I mean, you had tons of room around the guard last time.
So Dave is calling a draw again. Vince's second rock's on the way.
Easy.
Line looks
Wow,
okay.
Yeah, lots more.
The weight looks a lot more on it, though.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, it's coming back. He's going to crash. He's going to get the inside of it. So he's going to push that red rock in.
Yeah.
Vince's rock might be a
Yeah,
biter
that's kind of what
now.
I'm thinking too.
Might be a biter now, but he leaves the shot rock completely exposed.
Could have been a lot worse.
Okay, Barb, throw about this weight. Let's hit it.
Again, we had tons of room around the guard again that time. So. Yeah.
So the hit's being called again, and Barbara's first rock's on the way.
No!
Dan calls him off it. It's outside. It's got to come back, and it's not.
Yeah!
It's still selling
Yeah!
Plan B is to play Plan B is to play off their red rock, which is what they did, and they get a little bit of a nudge.
right.
So now they're sitting
That got
on
interesting.
top of the shot rock.
Not really. I mean, if we blow this up, we're going to lose ours. Plus, we'd probably give him a hit and roll.
Dave, not sure what he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. About 3-4 maybe
We have
here.
a score update. Looks like on sheet D, the other semifinal, on the second end, Machino got 2. It looks like it was 8-0. And now in the third end,
Yep.
it just finished. And I believe
Easy. All right. Just clean then.
I haven't unhung the point
Yep.
yet.
Shoot. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hard. There we go.
I don't know what happened in the third end.
Okay. Way to stay with it, y'all. I am a Sullivan.
So Barbara's in the hack. Dan's trying to decide what he wants done here. They are sitting second rock. It would be almost impossible, I believe, to chip it, although there is a sliver viewable.
Let's peel this one, Barb.
Yeah, that's probably the right call.
Hit it here.
So looks like Dan wants to hit on what is the third rock. Third scoring rock, second rock for Team Byko.
Yes!
The rock's on the way, and he's calling him on it right away.
Hard, guys, hard.
Really worried about it being inside. It's going to clear the guard without
Hard,
any
hard,
problem.
Stay
The
on,
question
stay
is,
on.
what is
Hard,
it going
hard,
to do? All right, it hits the rock and appeals, and it did exactly what they wanted.
Nice.
That's a good shot. Well done, Barbara. Well done.
Nice shot.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Dave's calling for the same shot. You want a break? Rock's on the way for Brian. Vince is cleaning it. Dave's not sure.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He calls him off. The line is
No,
pretty
it's going to overcurl.
good, but yeah,
touch
Dave's
it.
right. It is going to overcurl.
Don't touch it.
You know what, though, Dave? It's not bad at all.
Sit down there. There we go.
Not bad
Nice.
at all, Dave. That's a nice guard. And
Good job.
once again, it leaves Team Northern Rock Party a very
That's fine.
difficult,
It's just it's curling a lot.
I'm gonna try to hit
difficult
this.
shot here.
If I peel this, that's fine too.
Yes, that helps.
So he's calling the peel again.
Yeah.
Probably the right call. Makes the most sense.
Trying to hit it. If we crash though and peel them, that's fine too.
Exactly. When you can see half the rock, it's a tough. It's no. Here, yeah. When you can see half the rock.
So Dan's in the hack. They're trying to peel Brian's guard that you just put up.
Curling, and they can see half the rock. They don't go right for it. It may be, oh, let's sit on the corner. Let's set up for later shots when we can take this out more easily.
Rock's on its way. It's got to move back in. No, it's going to get a piece of it. It's going to do exactly what they want. It's a nice shot. No. No. I take that back, Michael. I take that back.
I think so, yeah.
So Team Byko's still sitting shot rock, and I think he wants to protect it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so dangerous. I just don't want to touch. You don't want to touch the thing for so long. I had you right about there. So.
It's all right. So it can be. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I really would like to do something to try to set up a deuce here, but I'm just... Maybe. It's tough. Just about. But yeah. 80 is not? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Dave's calling him on it. He's sweeping it. Looks like it's going to be a nice guard. So Dave's really protecting his one rock. With hammer, he looks to be very comfortable just taking one, it looks like.
I'll just have to throw a little bit harder than I want.
I don't really know how he goes about getting more than one, do you, Michael?
Yeah, I was looking and wondered if I feel like I had to have been at least a
think
little
same
bit.
rule.
I
I think same
not with
shot,
those rocks
actually.
right now.
Yeah.
With that recent guard, he's blocked
Right?
his possible draw to the forefoot,
Don't you think?
and nothing else is available. So I think I agree. I think he's content to take one, be up 2,
Okay.
and move on.
We get any comments or anything so far? We still up at 20 viewers?
Same
How
shot.
many viewers we got right now?
We've been fluctuating. We are down to 19 at the moment.
Down to 19.
Our max was 23, and I haven't seen any comments yet.
All right, well, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
If we blow it up, then maybe we wouldn't be blanking. But
And delivering the gavel for Team Northern Rock Party. Here is Dan Bogan.
Yeah.
Oh, got to get around the
Gotta
guard.
get around that guard. Oh, and he did. He did. All right, I don't know what that does for him other than
I don't think he does anything.
no. And if I'm Byko here,
An intended double.
to be perfectly honest with you,
Well,
I throw this away.
no, he's calling it right now. Brian just showed it to him. There is now a draw from the right side, crossing the center line through all the mess
Would have gone off.
to wind
It's
up.
there,
full
but you
forefoot.
know, look,
I don't think you can do any damage with it, though.
if he throws it heavy, he could do damage, and therein lies the problem.
Until too late.
Right
And,
the guard
and
is
I know
not
Dave,
bad.
and I know Dave well, and
What's that?
Yeah.
sometimes
Okay.
sometimes these are shots that he just kind of
Yeah, I
tenses
don't
up
mind that.
and
Right. Yeah. So I really don't mind.
fluctuates, struggles with. I
I think
realize that it's there. I realize that it's a difficult shot, and the way it's curling, it's absolutely there. If he is heavy, he runs the risk of giving red a point.
or 2. I don't think 2
I
would
don't.
be
Think,
very
I
rare.
think two. I don't think he can give him 2.
It would be very unlikely, but 1 certainly.
So it was good.
But
I
he's
would err on the
coming
side
out
of
there.
throwing this really light and simply taking my point and ending the end.
Yeah.
I know that may be a
Pressurizing.
defeatist attitude, but
Well-
it's early in the match. You've got 8 ends. It's the 3rd end. You don't want to.
He
You don't
might-
want to make a mistake that you're just stewing for the next 3 ends.
He might also want to do this so that he gets a practice throw in.
Sure,
Practice
absolutely,
draw to the
absolutely.
tee line.
So the rock is on its way. Haley and Vince are right by it. And I think they need to get on that. No? Now wait only. Line is good. Oh, he got it.
Beautiful job, y'all.
Great shot, Dave, and Dave Bykowski gets 2. And look at the smile on his face. Oh, and a little bow to the commentators. I'll give you the golf clap, Dave. I will give you the golf clap.
Well, there we go. Got the deuce I wanted.
Yes, Dave, you did. It was a very good shot.
Nice shoot.
You'll be talking
you.
about that one later. Dan even's got a smile on his face saying, attaboy.
Let's go top 8, top 4.
Dave's calling a draw in the house. Rock's on its way. Haley's first rock of the 4th end, and the sweepers are on it right away. Probably a little too light for top 8, top 4. Brian and
goes,
Vince
guys.
are really on it hard.
As far as it goes.
It's definitely
All the
a
way.
guard.
All the way hard. Hard.
Definitely
hard.
a solid 2 guard. They really swept that
Line's
hard.
getting better with every sweep.
It's a good guard. A little lighter than what Dave wanted, but it's a good guard.
Thanks.
Come in here, Dave.
Look at that. Brian and Dave just fist bump after that draw.
Yeah.
So the draw is called here for Team
was
Northern
right.
Rock Party. The rock's on its way, and I think he gave it a little bit of a shove, and that's too heavy.
Yep.
They're running behind it, and that thing is through the house. Give it a little shove on release, and you can see the minute he pushed it, that thing just sailed.
Woo.
So Haley's going to be in the hack now, and she's going to be delivering her second rock of this fourth end.
Come the other turn.
Once again, the score after 3 is Team Bykowski 4.
Same thing, top 8, top 4.
Northern Rock Party 1. Northern Rock Party now has the hammer. The call here by Dave Bykowski is a draw to top 8 or top 4. And the rock is on its way. Haley's inside the line big time.
Hard.
Really, I think she might have slipped coming out of the hack. Dave's calling him on it right away. And they're sweeping it hard.
Hard.
It's going to be a guard. Could they possibly swing by it?
Hard.
Oh, they got a little bit. They got a piece of it. But what they got are 2 really nice guards, including one that is very, very, very deep. I think that worked out very well for Team Bykowski. And the call is a draw once again.
Corner guard, but that's all right.
Dave delivering a second rock. Looks a lot better here on delivery. Looks to be heavy though, unfortunately, but he was on the broom. Actually, it looks like it's a free guard. He hit the guard, and that's coming back. Just too heavy there for Dave, but his line was very good. You know, curling, it's just about 2 things, Michael. It's hitting the broom and hitting the right weight, and after that, it's easy.
Draw.
Easy. Sure.
Yeah, it's not like golf where you got to worry about 15 different things with your mechanics, or baseball. It's just get the right weight and hit the broom, and voila, that's it. That's all it is.
And it's not like you're in a cold ice shed with 30 people yelling all around you either.
Yeah, but I mean, look, my team knows when I'm yelling at them. I'm a very loud yeller.
A vocal skip.
Very vocal. My first cousin is actually on my team, and I thoroughly enjoy being able to yell at him without any repercussion.
More like T++.
So Vince was called in with a draw, and that is
really
probably probably back 8 weight.
Yeah, okay. You win.
No, back.
That really dug in a lot, though.
Looks like Dave and Vince were arguing as to where that was going to end up. Might have to get me some of that.
Right up to it, Colton.
I think I might go get me a plate of that dessert. Michael, there, grab some. One
Do
of
you
the,
like
the
this,
great things
or
about
do you
the
like the hit
Potomac
and
Club
roll?
is that we have, I would say we always put on a good show as far as food's concerned. Tonight we had pulled pork, pulled chicken, and homemade crab cakes. And they were, I will tell you this much, they were absolutely delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Last night we had build your own taco bar, which I thought was a hit. And you know, we always serve breakfast. We have a waffle machine, so you can make your own waffles. And we always have breakfast. And lunch is, you know, your typical soup and sandwich stuff. But I got to say the crab cakes are actually absolutely delicious. And the great thing about the Potomac Curling Club is we get a lot of volunteers, so we get a lot of volunteer baked goods.
Absolutely.
So our dessert bar is always top notch.
And always open.
We had an absolutely beautiful curling cake that was both red and yellow on the inside.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I saw it. I have no idea how many hours went into
I
making
don't want to.
that.
It was a checkered cake, but it was both yellow cake and, I don't know,
Red
velvet. And then they designed the top of it to look like a house with curling stones and brooms. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Where is it?
And tasty.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I happen to love a piece of it.
All right, easy.
Dave called the draw here, and Vince is once again throwing it.
Whoa.
And it looks like it's right
coming
down
in.
to it, at least.
Yeah, and it's going to dig in just like the last one. And you have basically a freeze.
Yep, there's your freeze.
This looks very familiar.
Yes. It was 2 consistent rocks.
Really? Again.
Well, even the last even end.
Yes.
That's
same
quite
thing.
Looked exactly like this.
Wow, it looks like we have a game over on sheet D.
Oh my goodness.
It looks as though
You're right.
we have a final, and I believe it is. What do we got here? I gotta look here. I believe. Well, I'm not sure who won that one. I gotta find that out.
Well, back here, there's a hit weight coming down.
And
Look at
this
this, split
is
these apart, and it's very nice.
Very nice. One is gone.
And stuck around.
Stuck around. Very nice. Let me go find out who won.
Control.
While Rob takes a break here, doing his coordinator duties, we
Across
will
the nose
keep
would
you
be
going
awesome here.
along here in the fourth end.
Yeah, just to get some separation. Yeah. I mean, you got just about all of it, right? Okay. Yeah, control.
Brian Dauenheim,
Close,
vice
clean.
for Team Bykowski, throwing his first rock.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean.
It's a
clean.
good sign when the skip is calling you on and off.
Okay, that's
Gets
all right.
the hit and sticks. He probably would have liked a little bit of a roll.
It's all right,
He does
Brian,
leave
my
a
eyes
double
just messed with me
possibility.
a little there, I think.
Let's do this, Barb. Right here.
This is Barbara delivering for Northern Rock Party. Trying to move both rocks. She's in danger of flashing here. Just kisses shot and moves it about 3 inches. Both yellow rocks remain in the house, and she flies through. Unfortunate.
I didn't think you could throw it that hard, Barb.
Just somewhere.
So I do have an
top
update
12,
on sheet
fighter
D.
even.
It is final after 4. Team Machino won
line we know?
over single barrel. I don't know what the final score was, but after 2 it was 9-0, and they didn't hang the third end. So I have a sneaking suspicion that they played the fourth end simply to throw them back.
Absolutely.
Team Machino will take on the winner of this game in the third event final.
Which is tomorrow at what, 10:30?
10:30.
Nice.
And this one will be on sheet D as in David.
Yep. Yeah. Yes.
Byko thinks Brian's a little narrow, or a lot narrow, given that call.
All right. Let's settle then. Oh, jeez. Wow.
It's a little heavy for what he
All
called.
right, line was real tight there. Oh,
He's
boy.
going to
It's
wind
going
up
back
at least
4.
back house.
Back 8. David's sweeping hard. Back 4. So they do still have some of that curling cake over there, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I went with carrot
Try
cake.
that one again.
Sorry, it's pretty
I
far
went with
inside.
one of this fabulous
You gonna throw the same weight?
Spice bun cakes and some cheesecake.
Can you throw that same weight?
Will.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll serve leftovers for lunch. And obviously we put on breakfast.
Looking
nice.
forward to it.
I've been furloughed, you know, as I've said, and so I get
Yep.
free meals this whole
Nope.
week, and they had
Nope.
saving me
No.
money, though. So rock's on its way. It's got a lot of weight. It's going to get something. The question is how much and what.
This is going to look awfully familiar.
Boom. One goes, and so does the shooter. Team Byko is once again sitting 2.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
We're now on to Skip's rock. So this will be
Yep.
Dave Bykowski's first
Yep.
rock.
Came out of your hand funny. Yeah. Because you were narrow, and then it came out wide.
And it looks like he's just playing
So maybe you were narrow on your slide and you tried to correct.
Trying to play a guard, I believe. But I don't think he'll mind if he's biting sitting in the house.
Mm-hmm. Still thinking like 85-ish? Yeah. Okay.
So for our viewers out in Alaska, how's the weather up there? We've had nothing but rain for the last 3 days here. And I'd be curious to know what it's doing up there. So please, feel free to chat us up. We will answer any questions you do have.
Well, almost any question.
We cannot tell you when the government will stop shutting down.
He is definitely throwing a guard here.
Yeah, that's very light. Line was okay.
But it's very light.
Very light, and it's
over the hog.
It's going to be over the hog, and they're really digging in. And I think that's all he wanted was over the hog. And that's going to be a really nice rock.
That is fantastic. Right in the middle of the hole.
Good.
That is about as good as he could have asked for.
Absolutely.
Haley and Vince look a little winded from that one.
Try to come through with your heel up there. That's fine too. Hit it here.
It's one thing I don't mind when skipping a
Move
team is
over.
I just don't get as tired.
No.
I am mentally more exhausted.
Yeah,
But
well,
physically,
that way.
I'm fine.
your voice sometimes hurts.
Indeed.
Yeah, and
Indeed.
that you know, and you can fill that up. You can fix that with some nice sudsy beverages available at any bar or any curling club for that matter.
Looking pretty yellow down
Indeed.
there.
Nice guard up there.
Looks like we've got a party going on behind us tonight.
Oh, they have brought a wonderful game that's similar to Apples to Apples. It's a more adult
One of
version
these
of the
times I
game.
might even
Yeah,
get
It's a
something
lot of
right.
fun to
I
play.
have played it a few times.
All right, we are looking at Northern Rock Party's first
got
of
this.
2 skip rocks. He is looking to clear something.
He's got to. He's got to find a way to get a point here to keep in this game.
I think he's trying to thread the needle between the center line and the right rock.
Well, if he does, he'd get a nice roll.
Absolutely. It's certainly not a.
They're on it. They're on it hard.
It just
Oh,
started
stay
to
on it.
roll.
Oh, stay on it. Stay on it. Stay on it.
Gets through the hole.
All right. I don't believe he's shot rock. Obviously, it's not, but that cuts it down to 1.
Absolutely.
It's not the end of the world.
Well, and he's going to force Spakowski to either match his shot and leave
That way.
the same shot available, or Byko can just throw a guard.
Yeah.
What if we guard? What if we guard that up?
Oh.
What's he got? Then he's got to
Let's listen in.
run one of ours for 1, or yeah. I think that's. Yeah,
No,
because I mean,
really.
I'd love to hit it, but the
Awfully
risk
quiet
of
out here.
the risk of tapping one of those guards is too much.
Unsettlingly
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, so maybe just a little less. Yeah. Okay. Nice. 2 right there. Yeah, just another guard. Nice 2. Okay. Last one was about 85-ish? 90? Okay. That's good then. Sorry? Right, basically blocking, about a 2, blocking the hole right where he just threw. Line only.
All right, the rock's
Line
on the
only.
way. It's a guard. And it's good. Covering it up very nice.
Yeah, well,
Perfectly.
Good
plugs
non-sweep,
the
y'all.
hole. And he's right. Knowing when not to sweep is a very important skill.
Look, this is their 3rd game today. They probably don't want to sweep anymore.
you risk giving them 2. by
Haley,
going
again,
for
has
this.
never played in a Bonspiel, and I
But-
told her, I said, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're
I
going to
don't-
be
is there
really
any
sore.
other-
And
I don't
she's
think
like,
there's
yeah,
any
I
other way to
bet.
Get in there.
And I said, you're not going to want to get out of bed.
Patty Burns can laugh at me.
Amen.
Don't we
There's
pretty much have to go for this.
some modern pharmaceuticals
see
will be
anything
very
else?
nice. I know I'm probably going to take some wonderful ibuprofen before.
You driving back to Virginia tonight?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
After I drive, before I go to bed.
You know, my place is always open. I have a spare bedroom. I live just 4 miles from the club. So if you ever need, like, you know, a place to stay, it's always there. I tell that to anybody. I got pull-out couches. I got a pull-out futon. I got a spare bedroom.
Yeah.
I got plenty of room.
Yep.
Next time.
All right.
What do you think? Yeah, I think that's our
Cherry Blossom. It's in March.
We risk.
For any of you Alaskans out there watching us, we have a Bonspiel at the end of March. It's called the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. It's an absolutely gorgeous time to visit Washington, D.C. because the cherry blossoms are out in full bloom and everything is pink and it's absolutely gorgeous. You can come out, curl, see the sights. Hopefully the government's not shut down then. And
if the government's still shut down in March,
the government's still shut down in March. I'm out of a house because I won't be able to make mortgage payments. But it is an absolutely beautiful time. We usually start registration for that event in January or February. So if you're interested, please contact us.
We're going to be opening registration a little earlier this year, actually.
Really?
So those of you who like to play in the Cherry Blossom, be sure to keep an eye on our website. We will be sending out announcements as soon as we know.
So the hit was a miss. Dave Bykowski gets a point. And after 4 ends, the score is Team Bykowski 5, Northern Rock Party 1. Northern Rock Party retains the hammer. And, you know, they're going to need to get some points on the board, I think, this end. You know, halfway through, down 4, you're okay. But you really need to start getting some points on the board this end. And Dave's calling a draw.
Well, he's up 4. He's got no need for guards right now. Put it in the house and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think it's a good call.
And Allison, glad to hear that you will be joining us for the Cherry Blossom. I hope I get to see you and I hope you are
not
featured
an
on
Alaskan. No.
Not an Alaskan, unfortunately.
Well, I want more Alaskans to come down.
Not everybody can be an Alaskan.
They can bring salmon. We'll cook it. And pins. They need to bring pins. I was very disappointed that Team Northern Rock Party did not bring pins with them because I really wanted an Anchorage pin. Dan has said that he will send them out, and I am going to hold him to it.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a reminder for all you curling folks. When you go to a Bonspiel, bring pins.
I don't mind that really too much here.
I'll try not to pick it.
No worries.
Right up here. Up front, Dave. Up front. Not in.
Shots on the way. The line is okay.
Where are we, guys?
It's
okay,
definitely
sweep it
in
then
the
if
house.
it's in. Off.
They don't want to sweep it too much. It's going to overcurl. It might be through.
Clear off.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There you go.
Oh, well, no, 12 foot. I don't know. I can't see the. Jeremy, can you get the.
Top 8, top 4.
Just put it on 3, please. Put it on Greg. Oh, is it Greg? Okay, that's my bad. One good card. There's nothing there. Now there is. Oh, there you go.
Haley, second rock's on the way. It's outside.
Out here.
It's outside. It's outside. And light. I would be surprised if this makes it over the hog line.
Okay, just leave it then. Yeah.
He called him off and they kicked it to the side. It was definitely light.
Oh yeah, right.
So.
Let's put one up over here, Dave. Same thing on the other side. Goes our corner guard.
Oh, Allison is
one out of it,
writing us. I was supposed to be on Byko's team this weekend, but I got sick and I've been watching all weekend from Pennsylvania. She can bring Long Island pins. Hey, I'll take a Long Island pin.
Get rid of it. Normal.
And yes, Allison, Haley is ecstatic about playing. And hope you're feeling better. And do bring pins. So, Michael, is this your first final that you will be participating in tomorrow?
This will indeed be my first final in Bonspiel.
It is a fantastic experience. I've had an opportunity to play in a couple of finals myself.
Kind of started that one.
Being piped on the ice is probably the best part of curling. It really is something special.
Yeah, line was great.
And having a
it was
pin,
all the release.
Whether you win or lose tomorrow, Michael, having a pin saying that you're in a final is awesome. It's a great feeling.
I am looking forward to it.
As a skip, I will give you a word of advice that they didn't give me the first time that I skipped in a final. You have to present a speech at the end when you receive your pins. And I was never informed of that.
It's supposed to be a very short speech, though.
It
because I'm not in the A event.
It is, but nevertheless, I didn't know anything about it. And as I received my pin as runner-up at the Cherry Blossom, my second nudges me and says, "You got to give a speech." I said, "You got to give a what?" And I look like an idiot. And I said, "Thanks."
Yeah, I got a funky S curve out of that.
But so. Be prepared to say a little something tomorrow, Michael.
No, I will keep that in mind. And you, as coordinator, should be reminded that you, as coordinator, are expected to give a little speech.
Well, that's not a problem. I can bullshit with the best of them.
Oh, don't forget your toast.
Yeah, that won't be an issue either. I'm glad I've run the event. I think it's gone okay, and I hope everybody's had fun, and I think they have. So
I think so.
I was glad to help out.
And we thank you for helping out,
hey,
Rob. If you're a Potomac member and are interested in coordinating an event, be sure to contact the events team. We are looking for people to help run events. And it really is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Vince missed the takeout, and he is none too pleased there.
Tap this one back.
But the Alaskan Rock Party just wants to tap their biter back, and that's probably a very good call. Cool. Yeah, as the events coordinator, Michael, you're always looking for people to help out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. No, this worked out for me. I had planned on taking a few days off anyways. Of course, I've had longer than a few days off.
The government encouraged you to take a few days off.
Yes, they have. But I'll tell you what, this is a great shot here by Colton. Although it might be over-curling just a little bit.
He's going to get the promote.
But it's definitely going to get the promote. I think it's going to be exposed.
Yep.
But they're sitting 1-2 right now.
They do wind up in 1-2 position.
Still just 2.
Yeah, it just worked out. I'll tell you, the thing I noticed this week, Michael, is running a Bonspiel is you have a lot of little things you need to do.
Normal.
And you're like, oh, I can do all that in one day. No, all those little things add up to like multiple days. And I was very fortunate. I've been here every day this week to the club. And I was very fortunate that I had all week to be able to do things. But I'm like, oh, all this little stuff I can get done in, a few hours here and there. No, a few hours here and there turn into like 5 hours here and there.
It is amazing.
So my lesson learned is, well, be prepared to spend multiple weekends prior to the event doing stuff.
Yeah, it really did. That really came off there a lot.
We will be looking for your feedback because we at Potomac do have a Bonspiel manual. We are constantly updating it, and
there's some
we're going
things
to make it better.
There's some small things in there that definitely need to be updated. Like, I didn't know how to pay the pipers that we have tomorrow. And I'm looking through the manual. It's like, contact this person. Nowhere does it say about what to pay them. Missing a slight detail. Got it worked out. And we actually have a local high school bagpiping group that pipes our curlers onto the ice tomorrow. And we give them a very generous donation each time they come out. And they're just thrilled to be able to collect money for their club. So, if we ever invited them out to curl,
I don't know.
We probably should.
Absolutely.
Off.
I mean, they come here enough. They probably should throw some rocks.
They do move some rocks around, but wind up pushing their own rock through the house, unfortunately.
Still sitting shot.
Indeed.
Normal.
Byko's going to call the hit, and it's normal hit weight, and this should be pretty routine for Brian. Pretty routine. And again, really, the Northern Rock Party needs to get out of this end, getting some points. Ideally, at least 2, but even getting a point would be huge here. This game is not out of hand at all. It is still very close.
Whoa.
Hits on away, and he's definitely got all of it, and it's a perfectly nose hit.
Great shot.
And he did exactly what Byko called, and that was a nose hit.
4 out of 4.
Yes, I definitely give that 100% grade.
Nice. There you go. Good, solid, normal. Maybe even a little up, which is okay.
Oh, we got some more. Oh, John Hale. Hey, John Hale.
Go here, Barb.
Blame it on the dehumidification system. Yes, yes, absolutely, John. The dehumidification system, I don't know if you've been out here yet, John. The dehumidification system, it's unbelievable. I don't even want to begin to think what our ice would have been like the last 3 days with it raining. And John, I don't think you're aware of, we also had a power outage on Friday. This one is great. So
the way, guys.
we have an outdoor hockey rink being built behind our club. And in doing so, our phone lines got snipped, so you can't call the club right now. So Verizon was supposed to come out on Friday morning, and I said, fine, I'll be here at 8 a.m., whatever, no big deal. I got stuff to do for the Bonspiel starting that night. So at about 9 o'clock in the morning, Verizon still had not shown up, and we lost power. Well, when I came in about 8, they had directed traffic through the aquatic center and out, kind of like detoured it and out the exit point there by us.
Only one person can.
At a little after 9:30 or so, I went out there to try to find out why we had lost power. The power pole was on fire, like completely en fuego. And there is a fire truck, a police truck, and a BG&E truck. And so I asked the firefighter if I could talk to the BG&E guy, and I said, look, what's the deal? And the guy's like, well, the pole's on fire. I said, okay, well, obviously I can see that.
Nose is fine, roll either
So
way,
I asked
whatever.
the BG&E guy, I said, well, how long can you get this fixed? Like, we have a sand-based floor. If we lose power for an extended period of time, our ice melts and we have a lot of trouble. And so the BG&E rep very honestly tells me it could be 48 hours, and I said it can't be 48 hours because we will lose ice.
We would not have ice out here.
No,
we would have
at all. So I said, I explained their situation about ice and power, and he's like, well, we need to call in more trucks. I'm like, look, you've got a firefighter here, right? Put the fire out. Fix the line. So about an hour later, the Gardens Ice House next door to us is a multi-rink hockey rink. They go outside and they ask the same thing. Now, they have a generator. We don't.
Yeah, the way
And they're like, we can't afford to lose power either. So what they did is they cut the power. They had to go up there with literally a fire extinguisher, Michael. I kid you not, a fire extinguisher. And then what they did is, honest to God, I can't make this up. It's like they went to Home Depot, and they got a couple of 2x4s, and they drilled the 2x4 into the top part of the pole and the bottom part of the pole to hold the pole together. And they need to replace the pole, and they obviously replaced the power line. But they need to replace the pole, but they will do that later. They were originally thinking they would have to replace the pole that day, which is why it could take 48 hours. So we have a temporary solution, and if you drive by our club, you will see a power pole being held together by a 2x4 with just bolts drilled through it. It's pretty comical.
I certainly enjoyed that story.
We're off, guys.
I was not happy on Friday. I was freaking out. I won't lie.
I would too.
Because
gets
that's
the
a
rub.
beautiful shot.
Great line
Because I
call,
refused to tell our ice master that we were potentially losing all our ice. I called him and I said, Ken, we've lost power, and it could be a few hours. And that's all I told him was a few hours. And I was fortunate because I didn't know what we were going to do. So by 1 o'clock, the power was back on.
Thank God.
I couldn't imagine having to build ice again. Ladies and gentlemen that are listening out there, it takes us about a month to build ice, and we just got our ice built and ready right around the 1st of October. The inaugural is our first event of the year. We haven't had league play yet. This kicks off our season every year. And so losing ice right after coming in would have been completely demoralizing, not to mention taking a month to fix.
No roll, no roll, no roll.
So yes.
Yeah. That's fine.
Crisis averted. Makes me want a generator for the one time that we may need it.
Well, we've had power go out quite a few times, but
Yeah,
never at such a critical moment.
Right, exactly. And, you know, we did lose power for Hurricane Sandy last year. I came by the club the next day, and thankfully we were spared of damage, but we did lose power. So I guess what happened out there on the pole is that I guess the wire frayed, and then it was adjacent to a bolt, and then the water dripped down, and then poof, there was a spark, and the next thing you know, there's a fire. So it was something interesting.
I'm going to take a little off this one.
And I would have felt terrible for the Northern Rock Party, a team that came from Alaska to curl, only to find out that they had a pond. That they had a pond.
Indeed. And now we have yet another story of the adventures of Potomac Curling Club.
Yes.
Add to our legacy.
Yes.
And we're only 12 years old, 13 years old, as a dedicated
As
facility?
a dedicated facility, yes. We were an arena club for quite a while. But this club is now 13 years old. And it's a club that's starting to show its age of 13 years old. And it's, you know, we need to start getting some new things. And we'll get there.
Absolutely. Oh, and
So
it looks like this draw is going to
be
come up
just
short.
a little short. It is a guard.
Bykowski's going to take 2, steal of 2 here in the 5th end.
Making the score 7-1?
7-1.
Just unfortunate there. Dan didn't look very happy.
I wouldn't either.
Top 8, top 4. Got to be in the house.
So, John, where are you this weekend? I'm surprised I haven't seen you here. Dave calls the draw for Haley. Rock's on its way. Vincent and Brian are right on it all the way. It's probably a little light for the draw, but it's definitely going to cross the hog line. But you know what? I think they brought it in.
All the way, guys. Looking really good here.
They've brought it in.
All the way hard.
Maybe get a biter?
All the way hard, guys. Come on.
Oh.
Come on. You got this. There you go.
That's a great
Nice.
sweeping
Good job,
That
everyone.
is definitely biting. And it might be a full 12, actually. It's a good shot, Haley. Well done.
Up here, Dave. Up in front. Got to be in front.
I think I'll call the beast to intimidate Dave Byko right now. Well, welcome back into town, John. If you want to come by for the finals tomorrow, you're more than welcome. They start at 10:30. The finals will begin. So if you want to show up, obviously show up just a little bit before that.
And you can come watch me curl.
You can watch Michael curl. You can watch. Actually, there we got some Potomac. We got one Potomac team in the finals.
Only one?
Well, yeah. Well, we've got.
Don't forget
Funkatron.
Spartacus.
Well, in the A event, the Funkatron
right.
1250, Melvin Shaw's team is in the finals against former Potomac member Sean Murray, Scott Eady, former Potomac member Scott Eady, and then Connor Mulvey, who is a Potomac member, and Jeremy Sinker is also a Potomac member.
Wait only.
A lot of Potomac in the final.
Yeah, in the A event final, 6 out of 8. That's pretty good. The B event is complete Potomac, right?
Yes, it is.
And the C event, we're looking at possibly Team Bykowski, which is also Potomac. And the D event actually has
Is
one
that your
Potomac
final
team
answer?
as well.
Nice.
Potomac has done very well in this Bonspiel.
Absolutely.
Who's webcasting tomorrow? I believe Dave Baxter.
Yep. You should stop by, Hale.
Yeah, they could use a second person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't really want to webcast again
Come
tomorrow.
in here, Dave.
You're going to be a little busy.
Not really when the games are going on.
Actually, no.
Just preparing for the awards thing. Busy at the beginning and busy in the end,
come
but
up
not
here.
really a whole lot. Just relaxing, actually. I think tomorrow during the finals, I get to finally relax.
Because there are no more games to start.
And then I believe your Pizza League starts tomorrow night, right? That's the first league of the season. You excited?
First league of the season,
Exciting.
starting at 5 p.m.
Yeah, I won't lie. I haven't put teams together for Friday Night League yet. That's on the list of
Well,
things
you've
to
got
do.
a week to go.
I got a week to go, and I told them they wouldn't have them until Tuesday.
We're
Good
in,
choice.
right? We're in. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa,
a good. That's good. It's a good weight. It's got some very good weight. It's coming right down to the back one, and it might just sit on it. You know, that's
shot, Dave.
a really good shot for Dave. It's in a situation where Byko is going to have to draw
Right down
down
there.
to it. And it's exactly what he's doing. He's calling the draw. So Vince Saratello's in the hack, and he is the second for Team Bykowski. And once again, Dave is calling the freeze.
Line's good.
Yeah, John, the ice is very fast. Temperatures, the ice temperatures between 24 and 25 degrees.
Yeah.
And
Hard, all
overall,
the way.
it's been pretty good ice.
All the way hard.
The humidity's been at 40%, John. Can you believe that? 40%?
When it's
We're
pouring
pouring rain outside, and our humidity
That
inside
looked
is
like it had lots more, didn't
40%.
it?
We have a lot of
okay.
condensation buildup
Yeah.
on the inside of the windows that are in the warm room.
But that's the warm room side.
But that's the warm room side. Yeah, 40%, John. So I'm really happy with that new dehumidifier. Ken Ray, our Iceman, is pretty giddy over it, I guess is the best way I would use to describe it.
Certainly makes our jobs a little easier.
It does. It was a necessary evil. It was a very expensive fix, but it was a necessity.
Hi, VA Curler. We've been broadcasting since about 7 o'clock on Friday night. It is currently 10:30 on Saturday. We will be broadcasting again tomorrow at 10:30 for our A event final. And hello, Denver.
No.
Yeah, this is the last game of the night. The 9:30 draw tonight only had 2 teams, and the other semifinal game was a rout. And actually, they started on sheet D because sheet C had to go to extra ends, but they only played 4 ends. So this is the last game of the evening. So they are the only people on the ice. And yes, John, it was absolutely money well spent. So we were fortunate that we only have 2 late draws tonight. The T team's playing tonight. This is their 3rd game of the day. Vince's shot's on the way.
Yep.
Dave's calling I'm on it right away.
Hard
Might
line,
have been a little
hard.
inside.
Hard.
And he's worried that it's not going to get by the guard, but I think it's got enough room. It's got enough room, Dave. No, just missed it. Oh, man. That was close.
Up here, Colton.
So Dan's calling a draw to the 8-foot, and I think that's the absolute right call here. They'd be sitting 3, and with Hammer, this could be a really big end, the end that they need.
Now, there are a lot of rocks left in this end.
Yeah, he's outside. Colin is outside. He's outside. They should probably get on that because I believe that's going to dig in.
Gotta help that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they got to dig that in. Oh, that's disappointing. He was outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
20's
so
going to want
yeah.
back.
Oh, and it
I can do a lot better free throw myself.
does get over the hog line?
No, let me get
No,
it.
not quite.
All right.
Not quite.
Right down to it. I mean, so you want to hit it? Yeah. Okay.
All right, so it looks like Brian's talked David to call him the hit.
Just control, though.
The hit is definitely there. And there are a lot of rocks left in case you miss
No,
it.
it's fine. No.
And if you do wick off the guard, then you've cleared the guard.
Yep.
Dave's calling him on it right away.
Hard.
Worried about it over curling. And does just that. And Brian shakes his head in disgust. Not happy.
Well, the only advantage is that now he's cleared that guard, so he shouldn't have to hit it again.
This is true, but with Northern Rock Party sitting 2 and having hammer, I mean, it's good, but also bad.
It's not disastrous.
No, Barbara's really hoping to put this in the top 8, and if she does, that would be an absolutely beautiful shot.
Yep.
They could put some real pressure on Team Bykowski here if she's able to make the shot. Shot's on the way.
Where are we?
Line looked okay. Starting to move in. Starting to move in.
Yeah, clear off.
Over curling. Over curling. Bring it.
Oh, they're going to
Bring
tuck it right behind cover.
Oh,
It's a little deep.
You know what? That's not bad.
The only bad thing about
they
that
leave
is
a
it's behind
pocket
the tee.
open. Yeah, and they leave a pocket open.
And I think Bykowski can just freeze right to that rock.
Oh, they could blow the 2 red out if they really wanted to as well. He's got a lot of backing. I mean, there's a lot of shot opportunities here from Brian. The biggest thing is he just can't be light.
With that ice, I think he's going for the draw.
Yeah, I there's just so much stuff there. Rock's on its way.
Where is it?
The line from here looks good, and Vince is cleaning, and he's sweeping.
Yeah.
It's really cutting in. It's really cutting in.
Easy.
I think it's going to be a nice rock. That's going to be nice.
It's a little heavier than he'd like.
It's okay though. It's going to be sitting there.
Down there.
Look at that. That's
go.
fine.
Nice.
That's fine.
Very nice.
It's going to be impossible for Northern Rock Party to be able to get that out and score a bunch.
They can't get that out and leave all their backing and keep the shooter.
That is correct.
Not possible.
I know.
Let's come here, tap it
a
back.
big
get
shot
the team,
there.
Barb. Just barely, just a little tap.
Keep them from putting a big number up. That's all.
We are here in the
No,
sixth
actually,
end
let's
of
tap
this
it a little
C
bit
event
harder than
semifinal
that.
between Northern Rock
Why don't you give
Party
me,
from
like,
Alaska
back one
and
late?
Bykowski from Potomac.
Let's hit it here.
The score is currently 7-1. Northern Rock Party does have the hammer. We are down to the final 5 rocks of the end.
And both these teams made the C event by winning their first game, losing their second game, but then winning their third game.
Nice.
So this is game number 4 for both teams, and they're going to get their money's worth. The winner is getting 5 games.
Nice.
Barbara's Rock's on the way, coming down. It's got a lot of weight on it.
It's only one, I think, at a time. Yeah.
I don't think she's going to move over enough to hit it.
Just
Yeah.
picking out her own rock.
Yeah, just kicking her own rock out.
But
This is interesting because now it leaves it open for a potential hit for 5.
I I agree. I think there's just enough room.
The guard now needs to be played by
yeah,
Team
I
Bykowski,
really
and Brian is telling him right there. Dave's seeing it as well, and Vince is at the other end saying, throw a guard on the center line. Look at Vince. He's like, come on, stop thinking about this. Put a guard here. That's exactly what Vince just said. And Haley's trying to stay warm. She looks tired. First Bonspiel, 3 games in 1 day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gonna be stiff tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, that works. Okay.
And I believe the call, and how he's saying draw to the 4th.
Yeah, I do.
Well, if he leaves it tight, he can be in scoring position, and I don't think that Northern Rock Party will be able to take out both rocks.
This is true. But he does not want to be heavy and hit his own rock out.
Absolutely.
I like what Vince said, and that's simply play the guard.
Certainly plan B.
Yeah,
and
just half on the
however,
4-foot.
number one rule,
he's
don't be heavy.
He's saying play the 4-foot, so he's really playing.
Half on the 4 is good for second.
He's really playing to be second rock. Dave's being aggressive again.
It's worked for him.
Yeah, up 7-1. I don't know if he needs to be, but maybe he's thinking, you know what, I take a couple here and maybe we shake. I don't know.
That would be advantageous because you're all tired. And the winner has to play tomorrow. So
Rock's on its way.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Dave's saying whoa.
Yeah, Rock.
I don't know what Vince is calling. Brian isn't saying anything yet. I think they're fine with it the way it is.
It's a little outside.
Yeah, and it's got the weight to be to the top 4 on its own. And it is second rock.
That's very nice.
It is second rock.
And it eliminates any possibility of removing both of Bykowski's rocks. That's just not possible right now.
Nice.
And hello to Schenectady. Welcome to the Potomac Curling Club live stream.
Hey, Schenectady, how are you? I hear you're hosting the Dykes this year. I look forward to coming up there.
That's going to be a long spiel.
It's going to be a long drive.
That too.
Can we just host it again, Michael?
As long as I don't coordinate. That was a blast.
It
is a blast.
Was that your first Dykes?
That was my first Dykes playing. My first event coordinating. It was a blast. And let me tell you, I took Monday off of work.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Hey, the Dykes is a great event. It is. It's just a lot of fun. It is a 5 and under Bonspiel, 5 years of experience and under for men only. And I would say it's more of a party with a Bonspiel thrown in the middle.
Absolutely. Well, when you have one game on Wednesday and one game on Thursday, and more likely than not, one game on Friday, and that's it.
Yeah.
Until Saturday. There's a lot of time for getting to know your fellow Bonspielers.
And we had 40 teams?
We had 40 teams. And that was
Rock's
actually
on its way.
That was actually down from last year when the clubs had hosted it. So Schenectady
is
prepared for a lot of teams.
Supers are on it hard. It's coming in. It's got the one, and it's kicked it off to the side. They're sitting, looks like Northern Rock Party is sitting rocks 2 and 4, 5.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Same thing, same spot.
So Dave's saying let's do the same thing again.
A little more.
If he puts a third one in there and sits first and second or first and third, first, third, fourth, again, he's just removing any possibility of Northern Rock Party getting multiple points out of the set.
So why didn't you play in the Dykes in Utica or even Rochester for that matter? You should have. It was a lot of fun.
I probably should have. I was almost ready for Spiel.
In hindsight, you probably regret it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things you only got a few years at it. I'm still trying to put my team together for that for Schenectady, but I've got a pretty good idea. I've got 3 out of 4 committed, so
nice.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I think I'm going to try to play the Kaiser this year.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But Dave is light on that one.
Oh, look at it curl.
And look at it curl.
Look at it
He
curl.
is not happy. His face is red.
Oh, right off.
His face is red.
He's just going to pile up into the guards. Won't change anything to this end.
Now the question is, what can Northern Rock Party do here to get to? And they can hit the inside.
I
don't think you can give any more than 2.
Right. I think you come down and you hit the yellow shot rock just on the right-hand side You don't take it out. You just,
Right, you just
push
push
it
it.
into the 8-foot,
Buzz.
and you wind up with 2. I don't think you can get more than that.
No, and they need to here, Michael.
Yeah.
They've got to get some points on the board, and we've said this for the last couple ends here. They're still kind of in it, but this is the end where they have to get some points.
If they get 2 points,
Then they got a shot.
they're down 4
And they got a
in
shot.
the 8th end, and it's possible.
It's
We have seen crazier things happen.
We saw a team score 8 unanswered to win down 8-1 earlier tonight in the last 2 ends. Last 2 or 3 ends. Yeah, it was 8-3. It was 8-1. In the last 3 ends, they took a total of 8.
Yep.
And that was Team Murray. The odds-on favorite going into this Bonspiel, I think. If you were to handicap it, they were probably the odds-on favorite.
Oh, but they had a scare.
They were taking the woodshed, and they fought back. And I tell you what, I was stunned. And they were melting down on the ice, literally.
Oh, yeah.
But they fought back, and that's what really good curlers do.
They pulled it together. All right.
Rock's on its way. Barber's saying no.
Dan Bogan with the hammer.
I think the weight is fine, but it needs
It's
to cut
wide.
in. It's wide. It needs to cut in. I think it's just too heavy.
It's going to hang out there and flash right by.
And do nothing.
Yeah.
So it looks like Team Byko is getting a point. 1 point, making the score 8-1.
After 6 ends.
6.
We are now in the 7th end. Sorry for the confusion earlier.
And handshakes.
Oh,
And handshakes.
so that will be it for the C event semifinal game.
I absolutely will.
Northern Rock Party concedes to Team Bukowski with a score of 8-1 after
we
6
got to there.
ends.
Congratulations, Team Bykowski, and congratulations, Northern Rock Party. It was an absolute treat to have you here, and I really and truly, honestly hope you come back next year.
Well, I'm sure it's a long trip, but hopefully it was a trip worth it.
Well, and they told me they have family in the area, so they were able to kind of combine it into a family trip, and you know, I can't say sightsee DC because, well, it ain't nothing to see.
Well, there are plenty of sights to see, just not the government ones.
Right. Well, I recommend the Baltimore Aquarium then, because that's not closed, and that is absolutely amazing. But I hope they had a great time. I think they did. I got to visit with them, and some of the nicest people I've ever met. These great team.
Thank you to Team Bykowski. Thank you to Northern Rock Party. That is going to conclude our broadcast for this C event semifinal here at the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center in Laurel, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. with our A event final, and we will bring you updates on all of our other event finals. We are featuring during our A event final Team Murray, which is Sean Murray, Scott Eady, Connor Mulvey, and Jeremy Singer. And they will be playing Funkatron 1250, I believe.
That is correct.
With Melvin Shaw, Pete Morelowitz, Steven Enixon, and Joe Rockenbach. So again, that is tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. We will see you live tomorrow. Signing off, I'm Michael.
I'm Rob.
Have a good night, folks.
Take care.